Okay guys, so from my kitchen we're going to be making something a bit fun, a bit squishy, a bit slimy. We're going to make some cool, relaxing, textured slime. So the stuff that we're going to use to make that is going to be some chia seeds. Now chia is like this really fine small seed here. It's really high in omega-3 and 6. And you can get it from Aldi or Lidl, but if you can't find chia, you can also use flaxseed. That will give you a very similar texture. And when we soak this little tiny seed, it gives out a gooiness, and that's what's going to give us that slime quality. So we're using 1/4 of a cup, and you'll see the size of my little cup here, 1/4 of a size of a cup of chia seed. We're going to be using some corn flour, which you can buy from the corner shop really easily. We're going to be using quite a bit of this, so it's going to be 3 or 4 cups, depending on how much you want to make, of your corn flour, and that we're going to use last. So we're going to put that to the side for now. Then you can add in some colouring and some smells if you like as well. So I'm going to use a blue food colouring. I'm going to make a nice relaxing blue slime, and I'm going to use peppermint because peppermint is nice and soothing too. But I've also got coconut, which I could use, or strawberry would be really nice, or maybe even chocolate ones. So you can get really nice flavourings, which are really cheap. We're using a liquid food colouring, and you can use any colour that you like. We're going to use 3 or 4 cups, the same amount as our corn flour, of warm water. And we're going to start mixing our dry ingredients. So I'm going to take this bowl here. I'm going to put in my chia seeds. So chia, again, is this small seed. Oh, I made a bit of a mess. It goes into the bowl there. Then I'm going to add in my food colouring. So how much food colouring should I add? It depends on how dark you want to make your mixture. So I'm going to add maybe 1, 2, oh, that was more like 3. I'm going to add maybe 6 drops, but I was really generous there. I can add a little bit more if I need. And my peppermint, I'm going to add the same roughly amount. Have a little smell. It's very strong, so I know I don't need a lot. So I'm going to add the same amount roughly of my peppermint. Oh, a little bit more. It smells really nice. And then I'm going to add my water in and give it a little mix. So I've got my cup here. I'm going to add 3 cups of water. So I've got 1. Oh, it's blue. 2. Oh, it's really, really blue and it smells nice. And 3. So in it goes. I've added my warm water. I'm going to give it a little stir just so that I know that I've agitated the mix. And that means that I've stirred all the ingredients together. And they're all going to start to help that chia seed soak up that water. Now it's not going to fully absorb all the water, but we're going to have to pop it into the fridge overnight and let the chia soak up as much water as it can. And then in the morning I'll show you what it looks like, and we can add in the corn syrup, and that's where we start to see the sliminess start to come together. So, oh, it's really cool to mix it though. Do you want to have a look? It looks a bit like storm clouds. Oh, it's really fun to mix it. So I mixed it all together. The colour is really, really blue, and that's what I really wanted. I wanted like a really strong sea colour blue. And I can really smell the peppermint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some cling film over the top of this so that nothing falls into it when it's in my fridge. And I'm going to pop it into the fridge overnight. Okay guys, so it has been in the fridge all night. I'm going to roll up my sleeves so I don't get myself dirty. Can you see? So the seeds have gone like jelly-like. And if I move it to the side, oh, it's pretty cool. You can sort of see that they're a bit jelly wobbly-like. So they've soaked up a lot of liquid. Not all the liquid, but most of it. And now we're going to add the corn flour. So remember that I said it's about 3 or 4 cups of corn flour, the same amount as your water, but you're going to add it really slowly. So probably adding it a cup or a half a cup at a time. So I've taken my corn flour out of the box. And it's going to go everywhere because it's pretty messy. So if you want to put an apron on, you probably should put an apron on. We're going to start to add this. Let's start with half a cup. I'll fill up this cup and then we'll, really, really messy. Oh no, I have nowhere to put the bag. I'm going to put the bag there. Okay, so we're going to add just half a cup to begin with. Oh, I got a big spoon. And we're going to slowly start to mix it together. It kind of looks like frog spawn. Yep, you can definitely see the jelly like body coming out now. Okay, let's add the other half of this cup. So that's 1 cup. Oh my God, peppermint. So 1 cup already in there. Let's see what happens. I've never made this, so I have no idea. I just found the recipe and I thought it would be cool to try it out with you. Oh yeah, it's definitely coming together. Okay, cup number 2. So I don't know if you can see, but can you see at the sides where it's starting to come into, can you see it there, look, right there, where I ran my spoon through it and it drags? It's making slime. Okay, so that was cup 2. Let's add cup 3 into the mix. Oh my God, it's actually working. So after this recipe, after like figuring out the chia and stuff, what's happening, I actually think you could probably do this with tapioca, but don't quote me on that because tapioca absorbs the water, whereas the chia seed doesn't, and it sort of breaks down. So maybe even quinoa, maybe you could try it with quinoa if you've got some. Don't cook it, but put it into that warm water solution that we had yesterday. I'm not even kidding right now. When I'm running my spoon through it, it's literally coming together. Oh my God. I have just cracked homemade slime. Non-toxic homemade slime. All right, at the moment it's still pretty messy. I would still say it will probably still stick to you. So we're gonna add in another cup of corn flour or cornstarch. But you can see, look, this is what I'm talking about. See at the sides where you pull it and it kind of comes together? That's cool. That's a good consistency. Okay, let's add a little bit more. Let's not get too heavy. Let's add some more and see what happens. Oh, I'm going to run out of corn flour. So I made quite a lot here though. Like I made a massive bowl of it. So you could probably like even half this and share it with your friends or your brother or your sisters, whoever you've got. Like you can make this big bowl and that would be a lot for you guys to share in one go. So it's not like I've made a tiny amount. I've made a massive bowl of slime. And I have no one to share this with in Australia. So I'm probably going to have to give it away to one of my friends. He's got kids. It's coming together. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, let's keep mixing. Don't put my hand in. Okay, I'm going to add the rest of this flour. Probably bad move. Probably regret. Bye. Just get it in there. Let's just see what happens. It smells like peppermint. Okay guys, so what I did was I took some out of my big bowl and I added a little bit of corn flour to my hand, and now I've got just the right consistency. So as you can see, when you stop playing with it, it goes liquidy, but when you start pressing into it, because of the way that the corn flour reacts with the moisture from the chia seed, we create slime. We've done it. We've created slime. So this slime, I would say, is pretty wet. It's pretty much more of a wet consistency slime than normal. You can see though it's really stringy, and that's because of the corn flour. So I would say if you get a really watery batch like I do, start with a little less water. So we started with 3 cups of water, maybe start with 2. And then you won't get such a watery mix as mine. Now, if you get to the stage at the end where it is too watery and you've run out of corn flour like I did, you can add in a little bit of flour, and that will give you this slime consistency. Now, the cool thing about it is if you start rubbing the slime together as if you were going to create a ball, it will come back together. Now, as you play with the slime, it heats up the mixture of the corn flour and the water, so it gets stringy and wetter as you play with it. So you could probably store it in the fridge for 2 weeks and it would stay safe. If you wanted to play with it, I suggest rubbing a little bit of flour on your hands, just so that your hands are a little bit drier to start with, and then you can play with your slime. Now be aware that this slime is washable and toxic free, but please don't eat it because it probably wouldn't taste that nice. It smells like peppermints though. So it's fun to play with. It's fine to keep in the fridge. It's fully washable. It won't stain. It won't get stuck on anything. It will dissolve with water. It's perfectly safe for you to play with at home. So there's my homemade slime. Woo! It's pretty fun to make. It's pretty fun to play with. Very relaxing. Now, the more flour or corn flour that you add into this now, the drier it will become and the more like dough it becomes. So you can probably change the consistency to how you like it. I quite like this sloppy texture, this stringy sloppy texture. It still pulls from your hand, so if I do this, you'll be able to see it pulls from my hand. So that's me not applying a lot of pressure on there to get it off the hand, it just comes off. So have a go at home. Start with a little less water than I did. I made mine a little bit too runny. And you can have some fun making a slime at home. Non-toxic, fully kitchen safe. Lots of fun. Hope you enjoyed my recipe, guys. I'll see you again next week.